Video number three. Video number three, man. Let's get it, man. Come on now. We about to see how many army cooks are trained to feed 800 soldiers in the field.
When U.S. Army soldiers are on deployment or running
This shit
field
too fucking loud.
they have to eat.
That's too loud. What the fuck is that? Ew.
That's where Army culinary specialists come in.
If a unit goes out to the field, if a unit deploys,
That shit look nasty as hell.
they've got to eat.
Duh.
Going with them.
After completing basic training, future culinary
You think you're finna be out there fighting and you ain't eat?
Virginia to train for 8 weeks, where they'll learn how to cook for up to 800 soldiers in this. It might not look like much now,
Stand clear.
but when it's fully assembled, it has the capability to act as a fully functioning kitchen.
Oh, that's fresh.
Troops fed in the most
I ain't gonna lie, that's fresh as hell.
We went from a box on wheels to a whole freaking kitchen, right?
But before
That's fresh as
trainees
hell.
cook for hundreds of hungry soldiers out in the field,
That shit looks like more than 5, isn't it?
they have to start with the basics.
There you go. Okay.
Some of them don't even know how to turn a stove on.
Insiders
shit.
spent 5 days at Fort Lee, observing several classes at various stages of training.
One of the main things that I like to tell my soldiers as I'm training them is we don't just provide food, we provide fuel. For those personnel who are on the front line, for the war fighter, fold this side in.
3,000 to 4,000 members of the Army and National Guard.
Dog, I
graduate
knew I
every
could never
year
go to the
from
army. That's why I would never
course,
even think.
which is broken down.
I
into
could have
5
never
sections.
did that, bro.
First, classroom training on food safety, sanitation, and nutrition. Then, hands-on training in the techniques of cookery, before moving on to baking, cookies, pies, and more. Next, 5 days of cooking in the garrison dining hall. Finally, training culminates outdoors, with a week of cooking in the Army's mobile kitchens. Trainees arrive at Fort Lee with varying levels of cooking experience.
What kind of experience did you have cooking before arriving at home?
None.
I cooked a lot with my mother.
Stop it. Bitch, you know you ain't cooking shit.
I had no experience at all.
What? See? They always want to embarrass black people, bro. They always want to embarrass the black people first, bro. He would be the first one to say, like, oh, he didn't have no experience cooking. Like, no, bro. Black people know how to cook, bro. They just had to make us look bad real quick. That's what they do. You know, these white people got to make us look bad, you know. I'm not racist, though. This is not a racist thing. We're not making a racist thing about it, you know. This is all commentary, you know.
We can teach you here.
But of course, right? It just happened to play out like that in the video.
Training begins in the classroom, with 2 days of instruction in sanitation and nutrition.
The information that trainees learn is to ensure that they're cooking good, nutritious food for the warfighter. And then they also learn about safety, sanitation,
Yes.
how to prevent infectious
Can't be
disease,
dirty.
how not to transfer and cross-contaminate
Can't
food,
be dirty.
and then how to provide safe meals.
Can't be dirty.
Sanitation is everything. If your people aren't safe, and if you aren't safe, then the mission can't be completed.
You feel me?
Trainees are tested at the end of each block of training in the form of a 50-question exam.
We have anywhere from 9 to 15 different diseases that they learn. And then they
Sheesh.
have to understand what food items they're found in, how do their practices impact their ability
That's a lot.
to be able to spread those diseases to different customers within those facilities.
You will go to these stations.
They buying the food? Why is he calling them customers?
Training moves
They
from
not buying the
classroom
food,
to the
are they?
cooking labs during techniques of cookery.
The techniques of cooking is basically their first introduction to the kitchen. Some of them don't even know how to turn a stove on, so that's where I get to teach them how to use their equipment.
But before they start cooking, trainees need to become familiar with the tools they'll be working with.
This first bend in your finger, this first little knuckle, all right, this is going to be the furthest point up. So this is going to be on your knife. It'll be just like this. There's a couple methods that I use, like a claw method, making sure that they tuck their fingertips underneath, because in our field, you kind of need your fingers.
Yeah.
To hold them. Pupils what? Same size.
I cut my finger like that.
Trainees get
So
to
he's
see
not lying.
instructor demonstrations on how to cook certain foods during their first 4 days in the labs. But they won't have that luxury later on.
Weigh up your beef to our front of our stations, and we'll literally show them how to do it step by step, accordance with the recipe card. Then they have the opportunity to go back to their stations and apply what we taught them how to do that product.
That shit look nasty as
Don't have
hell.
rice in your small pot yet.
And no salt,
Have
like,
enough
look, got
of
no
rice.
salt.
All you have to do is read your recipe cards, guys. That is key. If your beef stew is at a boil, you're gonna put the lid on your beef stew and then turn it down to a simmer. I think in this whole procedure, if you don't understand how to read a recipe card, then you're gonna fail. You have to be able to read it step by step. That way you can learn how to do these things and execute. That looks like more than 5, doesn't it? Jesus. There you go. Okay. The hardest thing is probably retaining information, learning the techniques that we teach.
It ain't hard.
And then
Watch it.
Take your
Do it.
ladle.
Repeat.
You want to overkill. Make it look nice and neat. Part of your grade is presentation, guys.
Once the trainees have completed their recipe, they bring their finished product to the back of the cooking lab to be graded on presentation, technique,
That should
and
look right.
execution.
We teach them the basics. How to
That
cut,
should look
how
right.
to slice. We also teach them how to simmer, how to braise, how to saute, and then we teach them about moist heat, dry heat. All those things incorporated get them ready for what is known as a cook-off at the 5th day. Don't stress out. Have fun. Make sure you have your utensils.
During the cook-off,
This nigga
trainees
mad.
have
He
1
mad as
hour
hell.
to prepare a chef's salad, green beans lyonnaise,
Ew.
and spaghetti with a ragu sauce.
I mean, it don't look that bad though. I ain't gonna lie, it don't look that bad. It don't look that bad. It don't look that
Guidance
bad.
from their instructor.
Coming in today for cook-off, I was actually excited because I enjoy cooking. That's fun. I was a little nervous about what to expect, unknown, not knowing like, oh, I make a mistake.
It was just a whole lot of anxiety, a lot of nervous thoughts, and excitement bunched into one.
Cluster.
Sometimes they are scared because there is a time that they're timed with, and also it's just stressful. And then you got me watching you around your back and all
Hell
that
yeah.
There's one thing you need to do before you buy anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
Watch this.
At the end of the cook-off, the trainees' dishes are graded on a number of criteria. They'll be docked points if items are not cut properly, dishes are undercooked or overcooked, or if their sauce is not the right consistency.
You did wrong.
I ain't gonna lie, it look good though.
Correct. So
I thought when we met
those are rings.
Oh.
Yeah. But you did good on everything else. You overcooked your onions a little bit, okay, and they're a little bit too big, okay? A lot of the students did a lot of things right. The biggest thing is when they do cut-ups. Some of their cuts that they do for these products are either too big,
Too
some
small.
things that are wrong is they don't drain all the liquids off of certain individual items. Presentation is important because it's all about eye appeal. So when you
Yeah,
go
because
to
if
eat
that
at a
shit don't look good, I
restaurant,
ain't
you
eating it,
serve
bro.
something
And if it smell
outstanding,
crazy, I
that's
ain't
gonna
eating it
show you
either.
that you put your
I ain't gonna lie.
flavor into it.
I ain't not eating
You
nothing
know
that
about
smell
what you
crazy
So,
or that look
you're doing
crazy.
a good job. Salad, good presentation, and good cuts. Right? So good job. All the trainees passed all their products today, so it makes me feel very happy. It makes me feel like they listened to what I had to teach, and they applied it to everything that they plated on their presentation.
And actually preparing it and see actually how you got all this put into one dish. It comes out so well.
Come on now, if you don't want to eat your own food,
It puts a lot of pride in your heart.
that's something different. If you don't want to eat your own food, man, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want to eat your own food, I don't know what to tell you, cause, bruh.
Inside the bowl.
Now armed with a foundation in the techniques of cooking, trainees move on to baking.
Well, everybody has a sweet tooth, but like I say, we're just not feeding soldiers, we're feeding civilians too. So we just make sure we give them a nice home away from home treat, and I think everybody deserves that. When you're putting your sweet potato pie mixture in your shell, ensure you do not get it on the edges or it's going to burn. Everybody tracking? Remember, get your butter knife, you will stick it in the center, and then pull out, it should come out clean. So if not, just put it back in there.
No kidding.
But sometimes in techniques of cooking, they have trouble in that, and then they become the best baker in this section because they know they have to pay attention to detail and they can't skip any steps.
Baking is a science, and if you don't pay attention exactly.
Baking is a science? What the fuck?
Conventional oven,
What are you talking about, bro?
But these
What is
cans,
scientific about baking?
from the bottom, it's
Gravity?
for it to cook around it. I've learned a lot with Miss Harrison. She's a great cook, great teacher. So once your
I guess she's the professional cook. What do I know, right?
pie, when they're done, I want you to put them both on the same sheet pan. And then we're gonna present it over there by our numbers.
Once again, the trainees' finished products are graded on a number of criteria.
For my custard pie, you guys did a real good job. So the filling looks good. So now my eyes is going to the crust. Okay, so that's what's gonna sell me. The crust. Ooh, it's tight.
Ooh, them crusts
This
look
is
horrible.
6.
The crust look horrible. Whoa, the crust on these things look disgusting. Ew.
Number 2.
These niggas can't bake for nothing.
Number 7 again.
I wouldn't let y'all niggas make me cookies even if you had the
Baking
instructions on the
module
box.
of training also ends in a 50-question exam and bake-off. But for now, trainees get to enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Literally. You get it? Literally.
The Garrison Operations module of training is a culmination of everything the trainees have learned so far.
It's the first glimpse of what they will see once they get to their actual unit after they graduate.
Trainees spend 5 days cooking in an actual Garrison kitchen at Fort Lee, preparing a variety of food.
What's on? That's it, Chip. While you prepare for food now. Fall out.
We observed
Okay.
one platoon of trainees over the course of several mornings, which starts at 0500 with what's called a cook's mount.
It's accountability for everyone that's supposed to be on the shift. And we're checking for the hair, we're checking to make sure that it's
Damn.
nice and neat. We're checking.
Imagine living like this though. I ain't gonna lie. Living by a army like disciplinary like way ain't that bad though, cause it'll help you in life, bro. Like the way they discipline people and the way they, you got to be on top of shit and all this other shit. Like yeah, that shit'll really help somebody's life every day, day to day. You know what I'm saying?
Think about when y'all made cinnamon rolls upstairs in small quantity baking. You're making it the same way.
Operations are a lot more thorough than what I had expected it to be. Everybody is assigned to their own station and position, and whatever doesn't get done in the end, we pick up the slack and as a team and work together to ensure that food gets handled out in an orderly manner.
Slice the entire ham up, cut it off, then you remove the ham, right, and you put it into your third pan, okay?
For the first couple of days, I look for them to be sort of confused. They don't know where things are. They don't know how to turn on certain equipments and things of that nature.
You want to kind of...
And things of that nature.
Right, and then remember which ones you laid down first, right? Come Thursday and Friday, then that's when the instructors typically take a step back, and then we kind of let them operate on their own so we can see if they're grasping the information.
Or if they just saying,
Though it was stressful, it was really like hands-on, and you got to like learn and experience a lot more things.
Come on now.
And you got to make more like meals, prepare dishes for like other people to eat, not just yourself and your platoon.
Thank you very much.
Trainees head outside for the 5th and final module of training, which is focused on field cooking.
See how he's standing like this? You gotta just stand like this.
The meat between here and here. You know what I mean?
The equipment that we teach here at Field Operations
Former
Center,
soldier.
that's the equipment that we use in the operational force.
But before they can start cooking in the mobile kitchens,
On lift, everybody raise it up. Ready, set, go.
1, 2, 3, on lift.
they have to learn how to build them.
Let me get 4 up there. Everybody else down here on the ground. So the mobile kitchen trailer, we can use that when we got up to 300
That's fresh.
personnel to feed 3 times a day and in basically any environment. Take a mental note of what
That's
everything
fresh.
is, all right? Because that's how we going to pack it back up.
In addition to the mobile kitchen trailer, trainees are taught how to build and operate the Army's containerized
So you gotta
kitchen,
remember how to
or
take it
CK.
apart,
The containerized kitchen,
put everything
that is
back
our
exactly how it was.
feeding platform.
'Cause
We're
if
gonna
it don't
use our
fit, you can't
containerized
close
kitchen
it. So,
more often
that's
in a
crazy.
situation where we built up some infrastructure. We have the capacity to feed 800 personnel, and with our capacity to feed more people, we can bring more people in to support that area, to defend that area, and to accomplish those missions.
Watch your head, watch your head, watch your head, watch your head. The process is setting up the CK. It's very challenging because there's a
And
lot
you
of
gotta
people
do this with the
involved.
uniform on, bruh?
Your battle buddies,
with the helmet and everything, bro. You gotta do this, bro.
Over the course of 2 weeks,
This shit is crazy,
trainees
bro.
have to pass a 50-question exam and demonstrate proficiency with each piece of equipment.
We went from a box on wheels to a whole freaking kitchen, right?
That's crazy.
Join large-scale battles with military.
Now y'all in that bit busting dishes. Now y'all in that bit busting dishes.
Y'all made that with love, huh? Y'all made that with love. They look good.
The final week of training.
That look good. Y'all made that with love. That look good. Shut your ass up.
At any given time, we can have up to 300 or 400 personnel out here on the grounds. They're going to break down their meals. They're going to identify how many personnel they're actually feeding, and then they're going to actually prepare meals for everybody at FOTB, not just their group.
I specifically told nobody to turn on an MBU without my eyes on it. You got this burning right here and no food cooking. Stop. Put them on there. Again, nobody will turn on any MBUs without me visually looking at you.
Learning in the mobile kitchen, it's been challenging because it's different. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration.
And it's a lot of people in the fucking way.
In the mobile kitchen is
What's up, Golden? I got fat. I'm doing my YouTube videos, man. YouTube reactions.
Put this to the side for a minute, help them out, cool, spin around, help the next person, go back to what I'm doing. Like, we work as a team.
1 full scoop of oatmeal, 1 full scoop of potato, and 1 of these.
In my experience, their response to utilizing the equipment is by far and away positive. They like learning, and they like seeing the fruits of their labor.
They ain't got no choice but to learn, really, if you think about it. It's not like they really like it. They ain't got no choice.
And then when they see you, it's almost
Shit.
like they're not tired no more. Because they got food, they got knives.
If I was in the army and all I had to do was learn how to cook shit, I would have learned shit. Ain't nothing else to do. You want me to die? You want me to go out here and die? I might as well learn. I might as well learn how to cook at the same time.
They'll be assigned to their next unit.
So you gonna come home from the army? No, you gonna come home a chef, a soldier. You gonna have discipline. Oh man, it's not all that bad after all. Maybe I should have went to the army, man. I should have went to the army. Maybe instead of getting into the streets, I should have went to the army.
This job is not lower than any other job that's in the military. It's just as hard as any other job out there.
I bet it is.
Food is morale. When they come out of the field doing, crazy things out there, and they have a good meal, hot meal, then it makes them just happy.
Before they relapse in that bit. That nigga eating mini wheat cereal. This nigga have mini wheat cereal. Who eats mini wheats? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Come on, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, man. On to the next video, man. Who that is 36, baby.